What has self-transformation got to do with witchcraft? Hi, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, and if you're new to this channel and you want to be a witch or a Wiccan, or you just want to find out more about what Wicca and witchcraft is, hit the subscribe button below so that you don't miss anything. In this video, I'm going to talk more about self-transformation and the craft. Because let's face it, there's a lot of information out there on the basic Wiccan 101 stuff, on rituals, spellcasting, scrying, divination, all that kind of thing. But what I hear more than anything from people is about wanting to feel a sense of connection. And it's not just a connection to other people, it's a connection to themselves, their deep selves, and a connection to spirit, to deity, to that spiritual aspect at the same time. So how does Wicca do that? Well, one of the ways that we do that is through that connection to nature. Most people who come to the craft will come to the craft because we have this amazing sense of connection with nature anyway. It's where we go to feel more whole. It's where we go when we're feeling like we need more energy. It's where we go when we feel like we want to communicate with our deeper self. We want to communicate with spirit and all of the spirits of nature. It's a deep connection. And in connecting to nature, we're connecting to the greater world around us. And as we connect more to the greater world around us, to the plants, to the animals, to the seasons, to the elements, we are developing more of a sense of how we are a part of a whole. And that can take us away from being so self-centered and being so self-oriented. And when we're away from that more self-centeredness, that's when we start to feel better about ourselves, because we're a part of the whole. And that is a transforming thing in itself, being part of a whole, because you know when you're part of a whole that you are partially responsible to the whole functioning of the whole. So we become more respectful of nature, we become more respectful of animals, and we start to see everything in nature as a manifestation of divine energy, and that we can communicate with divine energy simply by being present with nature. And that has a profound effect on ourselves, on how we see ourselves and our place in the world. It can help us see how we are part of a broader cosmic ecosystem, so to speak, and that everything that we do has an effect, even if it's only a small one. It makes us more aware of our actions on everything and everyone else around us. So that is a transforming thing. Number two, it helps us connect to ourselves. In Wicca, we do what's called shadow work, where we start to look at aspects of ourselves that have been locked away, hidden away, because they are qualities that we're not proud of, or qualities we've been told we shouldn't have, and qualities that our tribe, our culture deem to be bad, wrong, evil, you shouldn't have, annihilate, gone, don't express these things at all. When we start to work with the shadow and we start to look at these qualities and see what the greater function of these things are, how they can be turned from things that are very destructive into things that are constructive, and we stop judging ourselves and criticizing ourselves and trying to stop ourselves from being these things that we think are wrong, and even embracing some of the things that we may have been told were wrong or bad that actually aren't in the first place. When we start realizing who we really are underneath the mask that we show to the world, the mask that we feel we have to put on to stay safe in the world, then we start to connect with our true selves, that deep self that's locked away down in a basement somewhere of the subconscious mind that we're too afraid to show to the world. Because if we do, we are going to get a lot of judgment, a lot of criticism, and things, it's too scary. So we've built up these defenses to keep us safe in the world, keep us safe with our tribe, the religions we grew up with, the institutions we grew up in, and the families that we grew up in. So that's the connection to ourselves. The more inner work we do, the more shadow work we do, the more we're connecting to ourselves. And as we connect to ourselves and we start to strip away those negative feelings towards ourselves, our feelings towards the outer world and people changes too. When we stop judging ourselves, we stop criticizing ourselves, we actually stop doing that to other people as well. So if you find that you are judgmental, if you find that you are critical of others and you don't like it, stop doing it to yourself and things will change on the outer as well. So that's another self-transformation aspect of working with the craft. And the third thing is magic. When you're using magic to affect change, right? To influence the change in your environment on the outer. Magic is very powerful on changing circumstances around yourself. And in doing that, you're making your life easier, happier, hopefully, more joyful. And of course, if you're able to have more control over your life, to exert more influence over your life, then that's going to make you a much happier person. And a happier person is a much better person to be around. People who are unhappy make other people unhappy. Our moods, our emotions are contagious. And we tend to blend in our mood with the dominant mood of the environment around us. So if we're hanging around with a lot of people who are in a very, very negative mindset and state, then we tend to go down there with them. And of course, if everybody's down the well, nobody can come back up. Everyone's going to drown. So it really is about changing what needs to be changed in the outside world to make things easier for us so that we can spend more time and have more money to be able to do the things that we really want to do, and to be able to spend more time working on ourselves, and as a result of working on ourselves, also helping other people as well. Because what happens when you're transforming in yourself is that you then want to be able to bring that out into the world and give that to other people. And that may not be directly as in teaching or anything like that. It can simply be by your example of being in your presence. If you are a very positive person and you are very connected to nature, yourself, and the divine, then you are going to be the sort of person people will feel they want to be around, because you're going to exude that higher energy. So all of these things go into making Wicca, witchcraft, a self-transformation pathway. And if you want to find out more about how you can do that inner work, certainly you can click down in the description field below, where I've got a link where you can book a 30-minute clarity session with me to tell me basically what it is that you're trying to do in your life and what's keeping you stuck, and then I can tell you or point you in the right direction about what you may need to do in order to free you from that. And that is in relation to the self-transformation and the shadow work of Wicca. So if you like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends, and comment and let me know what your experiences are in regards to shadow work and self-transformation and Wicca. See you on the next video. Blessed be.